What's good? It's Woog. Has a rap album ever won Album of the Year? This category began when the Grammys began in 1959 when they were called the Gramophone Awards, with nominees like Frank Sinatra and Ella Fitzgerald. Henry Mancini became the category's first winner with the music from Peter Gunn, which was a TV series, in an era where the biggest music in America was usually featured on a movie or a TV show soundtrack. In fact, you'd often have artists like Elvis Presley and Frank Sinatra performing the music on soundtracks to the movies that they also starred in. So fast forward to 2019 and let's ask the question, has a rap album ever won Album of the Year? Now the Grammys have had 3 and now 4 major categories. The general categories including all genres, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, which are both given to individual songs, one for the produced record and the other for the song's composition, the writing. Then there's the newest addition to this major award group, Best New Artist. And finally, Album of the Year. I personally think that Producer of the Year, non-classical, should be included among these major categories. Then there are the other awards, which are mostly to specific genres of music: pop music, R&B, rap, rock, country, alternative, heavy metal, bluegrass, jazz, Latin, blues, Americana, you get it. Now there's always been some level of criticism and shade thrown towards the Grammys, thinking that this artist should have won instead of that artist, or just a general dissatisfaction with the list of nominees. A few artists who've been vocal critics include Pearl Jam's Eddie Vedder, Sinead O'Connor, Maynard James Keenan of Tool, and Justin Vernon of Bon Iver. Some would say, well, what about Kanye West hitting the stage just as Taylor Swift was accepting her award? That was the MTV VMAs. Different event. And the Grammys have always carried this air of being the most prestigious, incredible show, or ceremony. See, even that word carries this elegance. The other award shows don't call themselves a ceremony. The Grammys do. And there's particularly been this historical friction between rap music and the Grammys. In fact, the winner of the first Best Rap Performance Award in 1991, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, that's Will Smith, with Parents Just Don't Understand, came with some controversy as the televised ceremony did not include the presentation of this award due to time constraints, causing DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, Will Smith, to boycott the ceremony. Years later, Jay-Z would also boycott the awards in 1999 after DMX, who dropped 2 smash albums in that same year, was not nominated for any Grammys. Jay-Z continued his boycott for the next 4 years and finally ended it when his then girlfriend and now wife, Beyonce, was nominated with Crazy in Love. Drake has also voiced displeasure with the Grammys when his first #1 on Billboard's Hot 100, One Dance, wasn't nominated for Record of the Year in 2017, and when Hotline Bling was nominated in only the rap categories when it's clearly not even a rap song. So the overall feeling of the Grammys' relationship with rap music is that rap has largely been marginalized by the Recording Academy, the people, producers, musicians, engineers who vote on these awards. Now on some level, I feel that the notion of the Grammys being racist is overstated. So the Grammys, again, started in 1959 and were actually inclusive in the major categories towards black music before blacks even had the right to vote in 1964. So they were actually a little ahead of the larger society in recognizing black folks and treating us with some dignity. Ray Charles and Ella Fitzgerald were nominated for Record of the Year in 1961. Fitzgerald nominated for Album of the Year at the very first Grammys in '59. Harry Belafonte in '60 and '61. Nat King Cole in '61 and '62. The first black winners of Record of the Year were the Fifth Dimension, who won it in 1958 with Up, Up, and Away, and then again in 1960 with Aquarius/Let the Sunshine In. The first black winner of Album of the Year didn't come until Stevie Wonder's Inner Visions in 1974, and then again with Fulfilling His First Finale in '75 and Songs in the Key of Life in '77. Stevie was a bad motherfucker. So while the system wasn't anywhere near perfect or even acceptable and doesn't reflect the comparative quality of music from black artists to white artists, the Grammys seem to at least be making more strides and more of an effort in inclusion than much of society. Now, rap music, or hip hop, which now includes trap and all the non-traditional derivatives, which, by the way, Caribbean, West Indian, and Jamaican sound from reggae to ska and others also influence trap, but that's another discussion. Of all the major categories, one of the toughest to penetrate has been Album of the Year. Rap has been in mainstream music since the Sugar Hill Gang's Rapper's Delight in 1980. The first rap album to be nominated for Album of the Year was MC Hammer's Earth Shattering, Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Him, in 1991. That's 11 years later. Quincy Jones, by the way, won it that year with Back on the Block. It would be another 6 years before the next rap album would be nominated, and that would be The Score by the Fugees. That's Wyclef, Lauryn Hill, and Pras. Love that album. Celine Dion won it that year with Falling Into You. Then finally, the next nomination 3 years later would win this award, and that was Lauryn Hill from the Fugees with The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill in 1999. So rap hit the mainstream in 1980, Lauryn wins 19 years later. Outkast would be the next and is still the latest to win it in 2004 with their double album, Speakerboxxx, The Love Below. One side, a Big Boy album, and the other, an Andre 3000 album. Two very different albums packaged together as an official Outkast album. 2004, so it's been 15 years since a rap album has won this award. And not so fast. Let's take a deeper look at the two winners. Lauryn Hill's The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill contains mostly soul, R&B tunes. There are rap verses, but only on a couple songs. Yes, she was among the most skillful rappers in the game, period. An extraordinary mind and talent. But this was 80% a soul album. Outkast, Speakerboxxx, The Love Below's Big Boy side, Speakerboxxx, was a rap album. But Andre 3000's The Love Below, which contained two of the project's three most popular songs, Hey Ya, which hit #1, and Roses, that hit #9 on Billboard's Hot 100, those two were anything but rap songs. These were funk, pop, electronic, rock, more than they were rap. Yes, Big Boy's The Way You Move also hit #1, and that was a rap song. But Andre's success from The Love Below skyrocketed him specifically from star status to superstar icon status, just before disappearing from the face of the musical universe. And it was the wild success from those non-rap songs that energized that skyrocket. And what's the evidence? That same year, Outkast was also nominated for Record of the Year with Andre's Hey Ya, that funk pop classic. So, I'd argue that in 2019, a true blue rap album has still never won the prestigious Album of the Year award. And in this last Grammys, 4 rap albums were nominated. Drake's Scorpion, Cardi B's Invasion of Privacy, Post Malone's Beer Bongs and Bentleys, who by the way has actually gotten more pop treatment by the Grammys and the Recording Academy than most rap superstars. And the Kendrick Lamar curated Black Panther soundtrack. While rap really had a shot in this one, I personally thought that Janelle Monáe's Dirty Computer and this year's winner, Golden Hour by Casey Musgraves, were the best albums of this year. So I get that this can be a case-by-case thing, where you do ideally want to look at that year's nominees in a vacuum, minus any added context. I just don't see how 29 years could have passed since rap music's arrival without there being an actual rap album being honored as the album of its year. Let me know your thoughts on rap music in this category and on the Grammys in general. I'm Woog. Thanks for tuning in.